cut across to Advocate Susi Ben Shah, spokesperson Shiv Sena. We have Supriya Shrinate, National Spokesperson Congress, Radhika Khera, National Spokesperson BJP, Sudhir Suryavanshi, Senior Journalist. Supriya Shrinate, that press conference has just taken place, but left everybody a little shocked in terms of it seems to be pushed by Sharad Pawar to hold that press conference, at least give a picture all is well. But in the backdrop, at least what sources seem to suggest, all not well, because the UBT already announcing seats on which the Congress wanted contention on.
So first things first, a great evening to you, your viewers and the fellow panelists. I find it very amusing that we are going to discard a press conference that's happening, but go in with what our sources are saying. I do find that a little amusing, and I do feel that it's perhaps not in order. I think Maharashtra is a very high-stake battle. We are the largest player in the Maha Aghadi, and obviously each one of us is going to stake claim to our seat share. And there's nothing wrong with that. Our strike rate was very good. We obviously want a larger chunk. Shiv Sena would want its pound of flesh as well. But we are not calling each other names. We are not at each other's throats. We are not calling conspiracy theories out like the BJP, the Shiv Sena, and the Shinde Sena and NCP Ajit Pawar is doing. We don't have a Tanaji Sawant who says that they want to vomit each time they look at Ajit Pawar's party. We don't have people who are willing to, say that. And I heard it in your conclave. I was there in Mumbai. I remember I was a part of one of the sessions which either preceded or followed Mr. Fadnavis, and he said, we lost Lok Sabha because Ajit Pawar couldn't transfer his vote. So there's a lot of blame game happening there. I also remember reading an article by the Vivek, which is a weekly associated with the RSS, which says that the BJP voters do not like Ajit Pawar and his party. They don't want to see them hand in hand. I also remember Ajit Pawar saying in your conclave very clearly that each time I have wanted to become chief minister, but I've had to satisfy myself by only becoming deputy. So there are many, many lacunas in that alliance, because that alliance is one where they have come together to only grab power in the middle of the night by taking in people who you've called corrupt in broad daylight. So that's what the Mahayuti alliance is. I'm reasonably certain that we will arrive at a consensus. There are some seats that the Shiv Sena may have announced. I don't think that should be taken so much into consideration. Some seats, our leaders have been talking to each other. Some seats may have been for the go, and they've announced that. I don't think there is so much that needs to be read into it.
All right, okay, not so much that needs to be read into, but Advocate Susi Ben Shah, not all well where your alliance is concerned as well. Susi Ben, because right now you have Devendra Fadnavis, who is in the national capital at the back of Mr. Eknath Shinde, wanting a larger piece of the seat sharing pie. You're on mute, ma'am.
Sorry, my apologies. Good evening to the lovely ladies and my gentlemen here, my co-panelist. After a lot of public bickering and public spat, finally the list is out. Now, as far as
yours or theirs? Susi Ben Shah.
Aghadis. Aghadi
okay,
figure.
Go ahead.
Go
ahead, ma'am. Make your point.
NCP is out, Shiv Sena is out, but yeah. So finally we have a list. Partially, but so be as it may. Now, as far as the Mahayuti is concerned, we are a strong three-party contenders. We are at the moment firmly on the saddle. We have got peace, progress, and safety, security, and stability to the state of Maharashtra. Having said that, now there are certain seats where we have little of difference of opinion, but we do it behind closed doors. It is not a public bickering, a press statement, a press conference as to how bad the other is. Now, my friend Srinath Supriya ji said about the NCP as to how we are reacting to the NCP. Should I remind her the statement that was made by Bala Saheb Thackeray about Congress कि हम कभी कांग्रेस के साथ नहीं करेंगे जो मुजरा करते हैं सोनिया जी के साथ. और क्या बताया था? What had he told the Congress party workers? I mean, hijra was the word that he used. And today, you are with them. Sorry, pardon me for using that word, but that was exactly the word used by Bala Saheb Thackeray. And yet, they are with them. So let us not talk about it. It's the case of power share, love for the daughter, and love for the son. Now, as far as the CM-ship is concerned, it is settled that we are going under the leadership of our Pramukh Neta, and our CM,
Okay.
Eknath Shinde. There is no
All
two
right.
ways.
I just want to bring it, ma'am, hold on to that thought. I just want to, because we've had a couple of news breaks, I want to bring in our other guest, Sudhir Suryavanshi, as well. Before we cut across to Radhika Khera, Sudhir Suryavanshi, there are problems on both sides of the divide. Each one might want to point fingers on the other, but what's going on behind those closed doors is a fair amount. Sharad Pawar pushing the Aghadi to hold that press conference, and there is someone who's, at least in the Mahayuti, who's holding back in terms of announcing the proper seat sharing.
I think, if you see in Mahayuti and Mahavikas Aghadi, all is not well in the both alliances, three-party alliances in Maharashtra. In Mahayuti, Shinde is, fighting to declare himself as the chief minister first, but Ajit Pawar and the BJP is not ready. They want to hold the card close to their chest. They want to see what kind of result comes, and then after that, they will open their card. At the same time, it is happening in the Mahavikas Aghadi. Sharad Pawar and Congress is not ready to project Uddhav Thackeray as the chief minister first. Uddhav Thackeray has to fight to get the equal number of seats in the Mahavikas Aghadi. The things were so straight, it was sending the wrong and negative message to the people that all is not well in the Mahavikas Aghadi, and the momentum and the age was in their favor after the Lok Sabha election. But slowly and gradually, they were not able to to push that age and momentum further and further. It was turned to the downward. Therefore, the Sharad Pawar is a veteran politician in Maharashtra. He called all his alliance partner at his residence and YB Chavan, and forced them to announce in the press conference, at least announce the 85 formula. The remaining disputed seats can be shared by the smaller party like a Samajwadi Party, Peasant and Worker Party, AAP Party, or the remaining seats among themselves. I think that is the right move they have taken it. It is true that there is a big fight going between among the alliance partner of Mahavikas Aghadi. Every day they were the meetings, but still they were hitting the dead wall. Nothing was come out, and the dead wall was not resolved. There were earlier the High Command, Congress High Command. Now today Sharad Pawar has to intervene and resolve the matter.
All right. Okay. Radhika Khera, where the BJP is concerned, there seems to be consensus that you're going into this election with Eknath Shinde as the chief minister. Does that consensus hold that he's your chief ministerial face?
We never declare our chief minister face, and you've seen that in every election, even in Haryana, while we went into elections, under the leadership of Naib Singh Saini ji, but it was clear after which we had a parliamentary board meeting, after which there were observers who were appointed, and then all the MLAs voted for who they want should be the chief minister face, and that's how it works in the Bharatiya Janata Party. We're a democratic party, and we are not the party who had to wait to take out our list. We are not the ones who were commenting on each other that the state leaders are incapable. How can you forget Mr. Raut Sahab? He said the Congress party is incapable of coming out and deciding their leaders are incapable. They cannot go on seat sharing. While the Bharatiya Janata Party, our first list was already announced 3 days back. But the Congress is yet to announce its first list also in Maharashtra because they're busy doing Didi. They're ignoring the plight of their candidates in Maharashtra who are running from pillar to post, unsure of whether they should be contesting or not, because we've seen how Shiv Sena is grabbing away those seats which already the Congress had won on and had contested on earlier. And we are not. And if you look at what the Maharashtra elections, what is going to unfold, let's go by the words of the Uddhav Thackeray group, because they are the senior most partner and the biggest partner in Maharashtra. We remember just a couple of days back, their senior leader from Rajya Sabha and their spokesperson Priyanka Chaturvedi, she went on to say that Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi is the greatest leader of all time.
But Radhika Khera, if you look at the Lok Sabha elections, then it is the Congress who's done better, right?
Yeah, but if you look at the Lok Sabha elections and we look at Haryana PV, and you have followed Haryana very closely, you've even gone on ground and we saw, and it was nothing. And we all know Lok Sabha is always very different from Vidhan Sabha. And let me use a Hindi ka muhavra here. Kaat ki handi baar nahi chalti. And everybody in Lok Sabha saw how the Congress went on to create a fake narrative with the India Alliance in tow. हाथ में लेकर चल रहे हैं देश का संविधान और कह रहे हैं कि संविधान खतरे में है. Well, boss, it is not the संविधान जो खतरे में, it is the अस्तित्व of the Congress Party and the India Alliance जो खतरे में है, which we are seeing in the Vidhan Sabha elections. We saw history being created in Haryana, and yet you are still, the Congress has the audacity to mock the Bharatiya Janata Party and our alliance, that we are not going well. But your own alliance partners are going on and going.
No, but right now,
Prime
okay.
Minister Modi
Right now, Radhika Khera,
and
many
you're
would
mocking
suggest
us.
it's a little rich on either sides of the divide to point fingers. We have
at all,
Supriya
Preeti.
Shrinate back with us. Supriya Shrinate, both the BJP as well as the Eknath Shinde faction spokesperson seem to suggest that it is the Maha Vikas Aghadi who's had this entire discussion where they haven't agreed on seat sharing right out in the open, and this was a forced way of announcing seat sharing, and it's nothing going to look like this ultimately because you're busy announcing candidates. It's going to go down to what happened in Sangli, friendly fights all across.
So let me first clarify a few things because your camera hadn't reached on time. My video was glitched, and please bear me because I am going to sound repetitive on some counts for sure. I want to just put some facts on the table. The facts on the table is that the test that Maharashtra underwent in the 2024 Lok Sabha, the tally is 48 out of 17 for the Maha-Jhuti Alliance and 30 out of 48 for the Maha Aghadi, which is us. So we are at 30, they are at 17. We gained 25 seats, they lost 24. That's the tally, and there's no looking away, there's no denying that. That's point number one. Point number two, you've had one ally tell the other that unko dekh ke dam ghutta hai, unko dekh ke ulti aati hai, with the BJP saying nothing. You've had the Deputy Chief Minister of the BJP say on an India Today platform in the India Today conclave that Ajit Pawar was the reason why we could not form the government because he could not transfer the votes. You've had Ajit Pawar on your platform say, each time I have wanted to become the Chief Minister, but I've had to be satisfied by becoming the Deputy. We now have the BJP officially saying they don't have a Chief Ministerial candidate, whereas still yesterday, the tom-tom was that Eknath Shinde is going to be the face of this alliance, and it is in his name, under his leadership, this election will be fought. So you can keep seeing the dichotomy one after the other. Maharashtra, and Preeti, please bear with me, Maharashtra is like no other state in India. Maharashtra is not going to tolerate how the statue of Chhatrapati Shivaji was devastated because of their corruption. Maharashtra is not going to stand mute spectator to what happened to women in Badlapur, in Pune, in Nashik. Maharashtra will not keep quiet that you call somebody corrupt in broad daylight and on the crack of dawn you make him your Deputy Chief Minister. Maharashtra is also not going to tolerate, and this is the last point I want to make, Maharashtra is also not going to tolerate how you have broken up political parties. Some of them, your oldest allies. The reality is that each of BJP's allies is today wary because they knows that the first people the BJP wants to destroy, attack and finish are its own allies. Because if they don't do that,
I'm running out of time. It's a 2:1 where the alliances are concerned, where you have the BJP and you have the Eknath Shinde faction in this debate versus Supriya Shrinate. But Susi Ben, 10 seconds, quickly, I need to wrap up the show.
Priya is sounding like a broken record. The same thing again and again. They have nothing to talk on progress, the peace and progress and prosperity that the Mahayuti has got. The day the election was announced, next day we presented a report card as to how we have done the best in infrastructure, housing for poor, the schemes for the...
All right. That's all the time that we have for.
They are not talking about it at all. It is just past glory.
Well, there's going to be enough to talk about, especially in the days to come, because now clearly the battle lines are drawn. Seat sharing announced, at least where the Aghadi is concerned, formally awaiting from the Mahayuti as well. All eyes trained on this election. It's a high-impact election. Stakes are high, but the returns will be higher, viewers. And trust us to get you on top of the news where this election is concerned.